Welcome back to Spa and Tell. Today we're going to be talking about all the yummy, delicious food at Palmayah.
La la ya, la ya, la ya, la la la. La ya, la ya, la ya, la ya. La la ya, la ya, la ya, la la la. La ya, la ya. Sua mãe me ligou contando uma história que a chuva levou todo equipamento, só deixou as roupas do varal, os limão do quintal.
Palmayah House of Aya is a wellness resort. It features vegan food. That's right, it's vegan, you guys. But don't let that scare you. Don't get alarmed because I'm not a vegan. Till last week when I went to Palmayah, I had no idea what vegan food even was. And I took 4 little boys down there and they had the time of their lives and they absolutely loved it. They were looking forward to every meal we did. If veganism or the idea that Palmayah is vegan stops you in your tracks, I hope this video shows you it shouldn't, because the food down there is frankly incredible and I loved it. The chefs at Palmayah are all Michelin star chefs. They've worked in Michelin star restaurants and they bring that expertise to Palmayah. And so every plate is plated gorgeously. Every flavor, well, most, there were some dishes I didn't like, but we'll get into that. They're just gorgeous and delicious and such high quality. And that's the reason I chose to go to Palmayah. Now, honestly, to be fair, when I booked it, I had no idea it was vegan. I just saw the pictures of the food. And the whole reason I wanted to go was because they had this incredible spa called Atlantis. And if you want to know more about that, just check out the video up here. I do a deep dive into all of my experiences at the Atlantis spa. It's gorgeous, amazing, it's magical, and you're gonna wanna go. As a side note, I get comments from people wishing they could travel like me. The reality is you can. Over the past 14 months, I have been using GFood to book most of my travel. It's a subscription-based membership just like Netflix, but for unlimited discounted travel all over the world. These are the rates travel agents get, so instead of letting others benefit from your travel, book it yourself with wholesale rates that are below other online travel discount sites. As you can tell from my videos, this includes the world's best properties. GFood is not just hotels, cars, cruises, and flights. It also includes local experiences. While we were in Seoul, we booked a day trip to the DMZ with a local, and on another day, a local woman taught us how to cook Korean food in her home. These are the experiences that make a trip memorable. There is no contract, and it's only $25 per month to have access to the whole world. I have always been up for a trip, but now I travel even more because it's hard to resist the deals I see with my membership. The link is below if you want to check it out. So if you're a vegan, you're going to be in heaven. And if you're not a vegan, don't worry. They also have the greatest fresh catches of the day. So we enjoyed sea bass. My boys had fillets and ribeyes every night almost. If you are a carnivore, I mean, we're carnivores, okay? Don't be afraid. They have delicious proteins that you can add to nearly everything. Palmayah is located down in Playa del Carmen, and it is a luxury wellness resort. It really takes luxury and wellness to a tippy top level, you guys. It is small, it is boutique-y. You just feel like a superstar when you're there. I loved it, and I was actually surprised by the food offerings considering how small they keep it. I mean, they don't have a massive amount of people staying there, but they have a massive staff who's able to run all of these restaurants and all of these little cafes. It's just really impressive. So when I booked and realized afterwards it was vegan, that didn't put a damper on my trip. It actually excited me because I just wasn't familiar with vegan food. And when do you get the opportunity to deep dive into a whole different food culture in the lap of luxury in paradise? Never. So I was like, this is gonna be awesome. And I told my boys, don't worry, it's gonna be awesome. And if you're not happy, well, guess what? You can add steak to whatever meal you want. So they were sold. And every night, basically, they had steak. During the days, we tried to be as vegan as possible. Basically, what I hope your takeaway from this video is that if you were contemplating Palmayah and veganism was holding you back, or you didn't even realize it was veganism or vegan, I don't even know what the right term is, it is a reason to go. And I don't believe necessarily in being a vegan, but I loved the experience so much because the food was just so enchanting. There are 4 restaurants on the premises of Palmaya. Again, it's super small. So they're able to give you 4 restaurants, and then you get 2 cafes and a bar and a little like cart of like coffee drinks, and you get a taco truck. So there are a lot of food options, including 24-hour room service 7 days a week. Even at like Four Seasons and at JW Marriott, they will be like, oh, well, the menu's limited for room service at this time or between these hours, or we don't do that. Not at Palmaya. If I want guacamole in the middle of the night, guess what? They're going to bring me guacamole in the middle of the night. Because there's 4 restaurants on site, and because it's a small, very luxurious location, they only open up 2 restaurant options per evening. So when you arrive at Palmaya, you get a butler, or what they call a nomadic, and he's there to assist you on a daily basis with things that you want to do, or things such as reservations. So what you do is you exchange numbers on WhatsApp. He sticks you in there, and then every day he texts you kind of the itinerary of things you can do during the day. And he also says, hey, by the way, today these are the 2 restaurants that are available. Which one would you like to eat at and what time? And then he makes your reservation for you. During the day, you have Su Casa. Su Casa is like the main restaurant. So you can have breakfast and lunch there every day. And then some nights it's open for dinner. Ume is the second restaurant they have, and this is an Asian-inspired restaurant. The third restaurant is Mar de Olivo, and that is like a Mediterranean restaurant. And then the fourth restaurant they have is called Lake, L-E-K, and it's their Mexican-inspired restaurant. For snacks during the day, if you're not at one of the restaurants or you're poolside, they have different menus for different things. So for instance, Plantissa, which we love, is like your Starbucks. So you can roll into Plantissa between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. every single day. We would always go in there after our yoga class, and you can pick up yummy vegan baked goods. They do fresh juices, smoothies. They make salads, they have overnight oats, chia puddings. They do specials. Like one day I got this croissant guacamole sandwich. I mean, it was really decadent. The place is so beautiful. It is so Instagrammable. Like you want to take a selfie in every single corner of this restaurant. Then you have Charlie's Vegan Taco Truck. So it basically sits on the beach, kind of in the middle of Palmaya. They do vegan tacos. My boys loved these vegan tacos so much they didn't even realize it wasn't real meat. So they would always get the carne asada tacos. They were super yummy, and the boys just are like sold on it. They wanted to go there every day. The mobile coffee hut that I'm referring to, I would see it along the bike path. I don't drink coffee. You can get coffee at this as well as Plantissa. They make all those kinds of mixed drinks and stuff if you're used to your Starbucks. And this little mobile like coffee hut would just kind of move down the bike path. Aolo Beach Club is like where you kind of like, it's a bar essentially, and you can get mixed drinks there and take them to the pool on the beach. It's open late, so you can be hanging out there at night. And then all the restaurants also have like bars. And then there's this really beautiful children's menu. Now, I didn't let my kids see it because I didn't want them always ordering chicken fingers or hamburgers, although my boys did get a lot of protein options, but I basically made them do it off of the real menus. But the children's menu is really beautiful. It not only has childrenified vegan options, they even take care of your babies. You guys, you can have babies and they have like carrot porridge, green porridge, apple porridge. I mean, it's just like really, really a sweet menu for your babies. The way it is, it seems like it would be an adult only, very exclusive place, but they really do cater to families. And that just makes it so much more charming to me because obviously a mother of 4, I want places that understand that I'm bringing my kids. So because it's an all-inclusive, your room rate includes all of this food, all of the places you're going to eat, all of your room service, your alcohol, basically anything you eat on site is included. Now there is a special wine list that I just found, and I don't drink, so I wasn't aware of it. If you are a wine connoisseur and you want like really high-end bottles of wine, that is not included. They do include wine, but this wine list is like an extra step of special wine. So if you're really into high-end wines, you can like opt to do like extra special wines, and there is a price attached to that. And I will include all of these menus and the different like PDFs for all of the food on my website, spaandtell.com, so you can go check that out, and the link is below. All right, so let's get into this. Let's break down all of the restaurants and the food and the things we liked there and the things we didn't like there. So first up is Su Casa. That is, again, the restaurant that you can eat at basically all day long. It's the one that's going to offer you breakfast and lunch, which you do not need reservations for. You can just roll in whenever you want. Here is the Su Casa breakfast menu. And my top picks for the morning were the overnight oats, the enchiladas, the chilaquiles, and my boys really enjoyed the waffles and the pancakes. At Su Casa for breakfast, I enjoyed overnight oats with berries and coconut milk. It was really delicious. They did a really good job on that. I also loved the enchiladas. They did it with trumpet mushrooms, and the red sauce was so yummy. Like, they really know how to prepare mushrooms and do sauces, and I think that goes a long way when you're talking about vegan food, because you need all of that really like rich, yummy flavor. Okay, I am obsessed with this morning enchilada, this vegan enchilada. It's like made with mushrooms and I don't know, like yumminess. Like, I'm telling you guys, I am obsessed with vegan food. Obsessed. I also love the chilaquiles at Su Casa. Okay, so remember, again, I'm not having them put the cheese on, but the plant-based sour cream, I did not know I was a lover of plant-based sour cream. Well, I am, and it's delicious. The red sauce on the chilaquiles with all the little accoutrements and that sour cream plant-based sauce is so yummy because it doesn't really have that tang that you get in real sour cream. It's more like a crema. You know, if you've ever had like a thin Mexican crema, it's more like that because you're not getting that tang. It's just really rich. Love it. The boys enjoyed vegan pancakes and vegan waffles. And I think it was a really good thing that I didn't let them know that there were real pancakes because I wanted them to expand their palates. Okay, here's an inside scoop, and it's not on the menu, but the chef will make churros, okay? And they're yummy, and I ate them all. But you have to let them know when you sit down that you want churros. That gives them time to prepare them. I honestly feel like churros should be a option at every meal, at every restaurant, but it's not. It's not even on the menu, so you're gonna have to ask for it. Plantissa. All right, you guys, the power shots. So we would go into Plantissa after our 8 a.m. yoga. So I would get their different power shots. Like I got the Gracia Verde and the ginger power shot. And these were intense, but they really helped reinvigorate me and give me a little bit more, I don't know. I was just looking for more vitamins and just a quick pick-me-up. We love the baked goods there, including this cinnamon roll. It's not even on their menu or their listings, but of course things are going to change. So keep that in mind. Just because I'm sharing with you what's on the menu today doesn't mean in 2 or 3 years from now that menu is going to be the same. So just please don't watch this video in 2 years and be like, she said this was there. Where is it? Things are going to change. You got to keep that in mind. This is all based on June 2022. Okay, so back to my cinnamon roll. This cinnamon roll is delicious. I ate 1 to 2 of them every day, and I love them. The boys love the banana bread there. It is ultra moist. Again, these are all vegan. The chocolate muffin as well. I absolutely love the chia pudding at Plantissa. It's purple, so I don't know if they're putting beet into it, but it is super yummy. So if you're a chia pudding lover, you will love this chia pudding. And then they have different accoutrements like nuts and berries and coconut and seeds and different things that you can put on top of it. Delicious. I love building out a chia bowl, and this was a delicious one. They also make smoothies, and the strawberry smoothie there was delicious. Again, I don't drink coffee, but lots of people there were getting coffee, and they seemed to be very happy with the offerings that Plantissa had for coffee. They also do yummy salads and soups and sandwiches. And one day I got this really delicious croissant guacamole sandwich that was special that day. And I could only eat half of it. I mean, it was so rich, but delicious. Okay, let's dive into Charlie's Taco Truck. This was actually the first place we ate at when we got to Palmayah. We dropped our bags and ran out to the beach and got to Charlie's Taco Truck and started chowing down. All right, well, let's get our swimsuits on and go get tacos. Yeah. The boys love the carne asada tacos. The first thing I tried there was the carne asada burrito. I wasn't a big fan. I thought it was a little bland and full of rice and kind of just a little too bready for me. The things that I did like were their nacho machos. Again, I got this without cheese, but the bean and the salsa and the different things that were layered on it, I just thought it was so yummy, and kind of how the chips kind of broke down. I don't know. There was something about it that just fit the bill for me. The boys' carne asada tacos were also good. Although for me, knowing that it's not real meat kind of bothers my mind and kind of like makes me feel a little weird. So I don't really want to eat fake meat. So that's the reason I like the nacho machos. And I also liked the tostones, the plantain. So what they do is they smash the plantain into like a big cracker that they must deep fry, and then they serve it with coleslaw. It is so yummy. So definitely get that. So those are my two favorite things there, the nacho machos and the plantain tostone. But the boys love the carne asada tacos, and so many other people rave about those carne asada tacos. They also rave about the brownie there. I never tried it. I have no idea why, because it's not like I was like rationing myself by any means. But for some reason, I always forgot to order the brownie. So if you go there, make sure to try the brownie because I hear it's divine. All right, Su Casa for lunch. So Su Casa, just to give you guys a kind of overview of it, it has different menus throughout the day. So they have their breakfast menu when you're seated in there. They have their lunch menu while you're seated in there. And if you go there for dinner on the certain nights that they're open for dinner, they have their dinner menu. The one thing that I would make sure you understand, and the thing that kind of dawned on me, is that just because it's the same restaurant and the same kitchen doesn't mean that if there's something that you really like there from a different time of eating, they're going to have at a different time. Because there was this creamy linguine that we loved from the lunchtime menu. How is that, Miles? That they do not serve at dinner. I don't know why, but that's the case. So the creamy linguine at Su Casa during lunch when you're seated in there, a must. You got to get that. The guacamole, delicious. Had it with every day, all the day long. The hummus, also very good. But the hummus at lunch is different than the hummus at Su Casa at dinner. Both hummuses are delicious. Love them both. Actually, the pink one at dinner, I even enjoy more because there's like a sweetness to it. I don't know if they threw beet in it or what, but the pink hummus at dinner at Su Casa is divine. Get it at dinner. You can't get it at lunch. This looks good.
Mom, take a pic.
Did you try the tuna? This is the tuna.
Yeah. It's cold though. I don't like cold food. I like cooked food.
Well, that's how it is in a poke bowl. One lunch I enjoyed, the sea bass. They did such a good job on this. They basically fried it up in a pan that they serve it on, like a big heavy iron skillet, and they roasted root vegetables with it. This was done so well because I love a fish that comes out with a crispy skin. I was so happy with this lunch. Look at my fish. So I did get the fresh catch of the day. They do have fresh seafood. And then I also got their vegan gnocchi. Turner got the tuna poke bowl. Miles got the linguine with cashew sauce. Stuart got pomodoro. Emmett got the Su Casa house salad. But my favorite lunch dish of the entire week was found at Su Casa, and it's called the Sereno. Believe it or not, I did not film my Sereno. I had it 2 lunches, one poolside and one inside Su Casa for lunch. And I guess I never filmed it, so I'm sorry, but it's kind of like a fajita plate. They serve it with like refried beans on the bottom, and then you can either have the kind of like grilled up mushrooms, and then they have like this arugula and tomato salad with tortillas, or you can swap out the mushrooms for skirt steak, which is what I did. And that is super yummy. So you can kind of like build your own taco with the beans and the arugula and the tomato and the steak, and it's really delicious. The beach menu is similar to the Su Casa lunch menu. I believe it's coming out of the same kitchen because Su Casa sits like here, and then you have the beach here, and you have the pools here. And so the waiters kind of like service the whole area. And I believe that the kitchen is servicing both lunch inside Su Casa and the pool and the beach area for lunch. The beach menu is a limited version of the Su Casa lunch menu. It appears that even if you know what's on the lunch menu in Su Casa, it's like they won't serve it to you out at the beach or the pool, which I don't really know why. I kind of think that that's weird. For instance, the creamy linguine that's served at Su Casa inside for lunch, you can't have poolside. And I think you should be able to, my personal opinion. But you can get the guacamole and the hummus. So poolside, chilling with your guacamole and hummus. You can get the Palmayah burger, which my boys did have. You can also offer the kids menu. You can order like the chicken fingers if that's what your kids want. Also that Sereno, which I love at lunchtime inside Su Casa, they will bring that to you out at the pool and the beach. I think that's probably why I ate the Sereno so much, because whether we were in there for lunch or we were out at the pool or the beach, I was like, oh yes, I will have that Sereno, please. I just think the kids menu that they offer there is just so wonderful. I love seeing that they give the children so many different options when it comes to plant-based, or not even just plant-based, just thinking outside of the box. I mean, they literally have a huge kids menu for the children, and it's not just hot dogs, hamburgers, cheese pizza, and, macaroni. Like, it is a thoroughly beautiful menu. And they even think about your babies. And so they have all these different porridges for the babies. Like, I just think it's so sweet and really thoughtful for families who are traveling. So thank you, Palmaya, for making such a beautiful kids menu. I really noticed it, and I don't know if other people have told you this, but I think it's a wonderful addition to what you offer families. Room service, 24-hour room service in heaven. Similarly, you get a lot of things that you might see at different restaurants or at particularly Su Casa. I don't know if Su Casa is also servicing room service or if there's a different kitchen doing it, but the guacamole and the hummus for sure are the same guacamole and hummuses that you can order poolside and at Su Casa during the day. What we found is it usually took 20 to 30 minutes from placing our order to receive the room service, and they come in and they do such a nice job. They set it up for you, they make it really nice, and it's just really thoughtful. There was a night when I got a late massage, so instead of going to dinner that night, my boys ordered in room service, and they did order in hamburgers.
I know, my kombucha keeps leaking out. Okay, after my massage, I did room service. So, I mean, this is really beautiful room service. Like pita, hummus, this is like the pudding, and this is my hummus, this is the tabbouleh salad, this is guacamole, this is a pasta salad.
And they ordered all 3 desserts. And of the 3 desserts, what we found was that we liked the Dorset apple the best.
And then these are the desserts. So this is the roasted pineapple, this is the chocolate mousse, and this is the apple cake with the frost. So guys, this is delicious. Look at the quality of this food.
And my favorite dessert on the in-room service menu was the roasted pineapple. It's kind of like a coconut pudding flan, if you will, that has roasted pineapples at the bottom, and it's served cold, and I don't know, it's just a really great dessert. We did not like that mousse cut. I think it's supposed to be some kind of chocolate mousse. It is so bitter, and I like bitter chocolate. I'm a dark chocolate person, but this mousse thing needs sugar. Like, it's not palatable. It is so bitter. So sometimes I do wonder if I just got bad batches of things, because sometimes it just seemed like the flavor was so off, but it seemed like it could have been corrected so easily. So I did wonder if people were testing the batches that they were serving.
If you can't tell, I obviously was obsessed with the food at Palmaya, so much so that I filmed way too many hours and talked way too long about it for one video. So I broke it up into 2 videos. So this video that you just watched is kind of the lay of the land overview of all of the restaurants and all of the eating facilities that Palmaya offers, plus the breakfast and lunch options. The next video, part 2, is gonna be all about a deep dive into the 4 luxurious restaurants that you can eat at each night. So make sure to subscribe to this channel, follow, and the next video coming is all about part 2. And if you're watching this after it's been out, it's linked above.
So whether you're a devout vegan or someone just interested in vegan food culture, or someone like me who didn't know you might be interested in vegan food culture and you were just looking for a beautiful escape, you will love Palmaya. Thank you so much for enjoying this video with me. Make sure to subscribe, like, and follow along, because I have a lot more videos coming on Palmaya, as well as videos from different places I've traveled all around the world. And so every week I will be releasing a new one. See you guys in a future video.